Hi, my name is Ben and welcome back to Golden Guild Gaming. I'm still alone, I still have a face cam, and this is the Destiny 2 beta, which I'm actually... I would love to say that I'm extremely hyped for it, but I actually want to talk about that, because I've brought this up in a Battle Block Theater episode before, back when we used to be doing that series, but I used to love Destiny. I used to be, insanely in love with that game and play it a huge amount, because, I had my older brother, Charlie, who actually was originally going to be guest starring in this episode, but that didn't end up working out. But I had my older brother, Charlie, who was as into it, if not much more into it, than I was. And, that was what he and I bonded over. Over the course of probably the 2 years that I played Destiny, he and I, multiplied our relationship by, however much damage the Galahorn does. It's a Destiny reference for you Destiny fans. Kind of repetitive, but... Hi, Cade 6. Oh, he's still handsome. Wait, show his face again. I don't know why a robot can be that handsome, but he doesn't. He does it real well.
Impressing you, Cade, is the easiest.
Oh, she said the thing. Oh, she said the funny thing. That writing. Oh, he said the thing too. Oh, they're saying so many funny things. But yeah, this is the Destiny 2 open beta on PS4, and I'm really interested to see what they do with it, because I actually did play a little bit of the mission the other night, just because I did try to record this already. By the way, this is the last night that the beta is going on, just to kind of give you a time frame of when this is being recorded, though I don't know why that's necessary. But...
they're not there. There are no satellites.
yeah, that's a bad thing. The bad guys boomed our satellites. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I already played a little bit of this mission, but I'll just let the rest of the cutscene take it away for now.
Everyone with me, now!
You're so cool, Zavala. With your pretty shields and... oh. They really did do a great job with the animation for this, I can say that at least. I'm trying not to interrupt the cutscene too much, but I don't want to just leave a blank silence for when there's no dialogue in the cutscene. Those are Cabal ships. This is not going to be fun for them. This is not going to be fun at all for them. Or me, probably. Yeah, probably not me. Well, guess it depends on your definition of fun. And my definition of fun is just shooting a bunch of baddie heads. So this is going to be very fun for me. Not for everyone else, though. Because sadly, they don't realize that they're just video game characters and that their life has no real meaning and is going to be reset by a million people across the US alone. So, sorry to break your bubbles, Zavala and Cade 6 and whatever the Warlock girl's name is. But speaking of which, you were probably watching enough to notice that I picked Titan as my class. There are 3 main classes in Destiny, as you saw. There's Titan, Warlock, and Hunter, which they haven't changed, they haven't added a new one since Destiny was first created, which kind of disappoints me, because what I think that they should really do is add in a 4th playable class, even though it wouldn't... well, I think they should add in a 4th playable class and a 4th playable race, because there are 3. Ooh.
No response on any channels. Even the emergency.
Did you try calling 911?
What is going on back
Well,
there?
if the giant enemy ships are any signal, it's not good.
Forget I said that. Fly fast.
But yeah, I think they should add in a 4th playable race and a 4th playable class. The race, I think, should be Fallen, which was one of the enemy races in Destiny 1, and I assume it still is in Destiny 2. But we actually had some Fallen allies and stuff that were on our side in the 2nd DLC. So I'm thinking, how awesome would it be if you could play as basically, what's a good comparison? Imagine being able to play as a good zombie in Call of Duty Zombies, if you've ever played that, or play as, like, like, it's kind of like playing as, like, a Dragonborn in Dungeons & Dragons, if that clicks with more of you. Ooh, I'm shooting some baddies. That's, as I already said, that's what I wanted to do, so I'm happy. I don't recognize those enemy names, though, Legionaries. But then again, I also haven't played Destiny in probably at least a year. What was I saying? Ooh, hello there, fella. Kabulski. Okay. I do not want to get Kabulski, though. That is kind of only my job, enemies. Ooh, I do like this grenade, though. It's kind of like the fusion grenade that I had tried last time I had been attempting to record this, which is when I chose Hunter. It's basically a sticky grenade. Curious to see what the Titan is like, though, because I never really played much of a Titan in Destiny 1 either. What was I saying, though? Oh, yeah. So, like, it would be really cool if they made the Fallen a playable race, because you'd be getting this whole new experience, and, like, I can imagine they could have really good voice acting for that would kind of bring it to life. Though I guess we don't get to see our character talk that much anyway, but... Hey, Cade 6. Did you say something about us going on a date? Well, the audience can rewind and read it, and I read it once already. I don't need to read it again. You know I'm a Titan, I'm so proud. Well, if the armory is open to me, why don't I just take, like, the best weapons it has to offer and just tear through these people? Because I'm sure you have something that's better than what I currently have, which is... Oh yeah, we're on the Golden Guild Gaming PSN account, and it's partially cut off on your screen, but our PSN name had to be Golden Guild Gaming because of the character cap. Let's see. Does not compute the Showrunner and Nightshade. Ooh. Submachine gun. I don't remember those existing in the first game. Kinetic, energy, and power weapons. Those are not what those were called in the first game either. Those were called... Am I getting attacked? I'm not getting attacked, okay. They were called primary weapons, special weapons, and heavy weapons. So I'm already interested in what they're changing. And also shotguns used to be special weapons, or I guess in this game they would be called energy weapons. Wait, hand cannons, auto rifles, those used to be primary weapons. This is blowing my mind a bit. I don't know what you're doing here, Destiny, but it's not what I'm familiar with. Oh, he actually did give me a gun. Didn't expect the game to be self-aware of my snark. I'm not gonna complain, though. Okay, ooh, okay. I'm okay with the light machine gun-esque weapon. Where do I go from here? Out the door. Who would have known? Who'd have thunked it? So yeah, I wish I could say that I'm really excited for Destiny 2, but I'm actually, like, since I fell out of Destiny 1 a while ago... Oh, fire rate progressively gets faster, that's interesting. But since I fell out of Destiny 1, I haven't really been all that interested. The thing is, in Destiny 1, like, probably my favorite aspect, or one of my favorite aspects, were, like, the just relaxing and exploring and stuff like that. But also, of course, like, the team raids and strikes and stuff like that. That's just an aspect of Destiny as an MMO and what makes it so great. But I love... And this doesn't even just go for Destiny, this goes for just every game in general. Like, it's part of the reason why I love Breath of the Wild so much. It's part of the reason why I love a lot of other games in the world, a lot of other RPGs, a lot of other just games in general, is the fact that you have an open world sort of to explore. And while the world in Destiny isn't completely open, it's pretty open, and they give you quite a bit to satisfy yourself. I will not be satisfied with death, though. It seems almost like they're trying to go away from that. Okay. I don't want to get deadified. Hello. But yeah, it almost seems like they're going away from the exploration aspect of Destiny. And that is something that makes me real sad. Because in Destiny, the open world, like, exploration aspects and, like, the open world missions were called patrols. So basically what you would get to do is explore most of a, like, you would get to just run around in the areas that, like the areas outside of the strikes and raids and stuff, and you'd have the entire open world to explore. So, like, there was one on Earth, there was one on Mars, there was one on Venus, and it was cool because you'd collect resources and, like, you'd progressively get more and more familiar with the landscape and stuff until you could just kind of, like, relax and you'd think, oh, I know what enemy patrol's there, and I know what enemy patrol's there. I can just kind of relax with my friends, help them get some resources, look around for chests and stuff like that. And the only problem with that is that doesn't have a lot of replay value. Like, after a while, it will get boring. You'll get tired of just running around the same areas over and over again, and you'll get bored of just collecting resources, but, like, well, it is entertaining. It's very entertaining, and it is a huge part of why I loved Destiny 1, because I loved the exploration, like I said. And what I was hoping they were going to do is, like, expand on that in Destiny 2, but I haven't really seen any of that yet. And in the open beta, there was should probably not have just run out in front of everyone, but, there is no patrol mission in the Destiny 2 beta right now. And that makes me a bit sad, because, like, if they had had a patrol mission available that, like, really showed off their new world and, like, how they were going to do patrol missions and just how they were going to do Destiny 2 in general, then that would have made me happy and sold me on the game a lot more. But alas, I'm just stuck trying to murder aliens that, you know, the thing is, so in Destiny, there are 4 major evil races. There are the Fallen, which I talked about earlier. There's the Hive, and they're, like, the Hive is the pure evil race, like, no buts about it. These guys are pure darkness, which is the evil force in Destiny. Like, they have no chance at redemption. The Fallen have been corrupted by the darkness, most of them have, but there are still some pure ones, and they aren't inherently evil. And then you have the Vex, which are basically robot people. And they are really cool because they basically exist outside of time, and they're really in a class all their own in a lot of different ways. But they also, like the Fallen, got corrupted by the darkness and turned into baddies that I had to murder. And I would also be really interested in seeing some good Vex, like some Vex that are exempt from the darkness and, like, help us, or at least fight against the evil Vex, even if they're not explicitly on our side. But then you have the Cabal, which are the ones that are attacking us right now, and the ones that I'm filling with metaphorical energy lead, or whatever the heck these guns use. But the Cabal, they never seemed to be explicitly evil. Like, they were obviously pretty malicious, but they were just, like, a war people. That's what they did. They were these giant, like, tanky warriors that go around with this advanced military technology and just take over planets and stuff. But from what I understood, they weren't consumed by the darkness like the Hive were. They were still their own race. And okay, I can't shoot through the shield, which is too bad. Too bad, so sad. I fill you with lad. I'm such a clever poet. But, unlike being a clever poet, I am not good at not running in front of everyone. But yeah, I was surprised to find that, like, the main enemy of at least this first part of Destiny 2 is the Cabal. They're, like, taking over our home base. They're messing us up. Like, we are getting our butts slapped by the Cabal. I had no idea where I was going with that statement, but this works. Hey, Zavala. Thanks a lot for that. It means a lot. You probably just saved my butt. Oh. Okay, apparently I just revived a person. Oh yeah, I'm not alone here, am I? There are other players. Interessant. I'm going to shield up. Hello, fella. But what was I even saying? Yeah, I am surprised to, or I'm interested to find out what the Cabal's motivation is. Like, why did they suddenly decide to attack us? Like, did they just finally decide to make their move on us? Or did they get corrupted by the darkness? I think they said earlier, or is that something that they haven't said yet, and it's just from a part that I played the other night? I believe they said, like, our scanners are reading that these Cabal are part of a group called the Red Legion, and then the other character's like, yeah, that's an elite and highly trained group of the Cabal that, like, is higher ranking than the others and acts sort of separately. It's kind of like a special task force. So I'm wondering, what if that special task force got corrupted and is kind of just influencing everyone else now? Because I'd be very interested to find out what the connotations of that are. I also really like the reload speed on this hand cannon. It's good contrast from the crappy reload speed of this, whatever the heck it's called, what was it, a submachine gun or something? Though it doesn't feel like it, it's just a flat-out machine gun. Let me check. Oh, it's an auto rifle, which is basically the machine gun equivalent in Destiny. I kind of want to swap over to the scout rifle and give that a try, because this, like, heavy-duty, long reload time type of weapon isn't exactly my thing. I prefer the long-range pea shooters that I can deal some damage with if I get headshots and stuff like that. I used to be so amazing at aiming in Destiny. How the mighty have fallen. Hey, speaking of mighty falling, get blown up. Bye-bye. Good to see ya. Had a great time blowing your face up. I'll have a great time blowing your buddy's faces up too. But yeah, that's the long and the short of it. I'm really interested to see where they go with Destiny 2, and whether or not I get it is undecided at the moment, but my brother Charlie, who I talked about before, he is definitely getting it, and, like, once he gets that, because he pre-ordered it already, he got, like, the Legendary Edition or whatever. Once he gets that, I will definitely be trying it and probably doing a series on Golden Guild Gaming with it. If not with him, definitely with Chris. Or maybe alone. It could be like a Ben nostalgia thing, even though it's not really nostalgia since it's just like a new franchise that I like. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. We'll just have to wait and see what becomes of this game. Oh yeah, she just said, Red Legion, you will take no more from us, and you will find no mercy in me. I like your passion, lady, and I've been going for 18 minutes. It's a long amount of... Okay. I didn't really have a hand in that, but I'm not gonna argue, since it's not like I got sent back a long ways. And especially since I'm using this long-range weapon, I'm not gonna argue that I got sent back a little bit. Just giving me more range on him. But now that I've talked about the past, let's focus on the now. The here, the now, the bang and the pow. And by that, I mean, what the heck is going on? Because like I already said before, the Cabal are taking us over. Those guys have flamethrowers. Don't like that. But I don't remember ever seeing these areas previously in Destiny 1. Like, that was something that my brother had said, Charlie, when he had been playing the beta himself. He was like, oh, it's so cool to run through, like, the tower, the areas that we used to have as a safe house in the first game, and then the areas that we've never explored before. It's really cool to see these things. And I feel him there. We've been in some of the areas from the previous game, and this is a new area. I feel what he's saying. I get the hipness to his jive. It's definitely a phrase that I didn't just make up right now. I also like the fact that Destiny has like these unique critical spots on each character, kind of like those flamethrower guys. If I shoot them in their gas tanks, then they'll get dunzoed. What is the third square though? Down by my ammo. 'Cause I don't want you to do that to me. What's my heavy weapon? Can I just lay into him? I'm happy with this. Okay. Yeah, what's that third box? The one farthest to the right. Because the first one was my grenade, second one was my melee. And I believe also in my previous time playing this, I wasn't able to find out what that is. And it didn't exist in Destiny 1 as far as my memory goes.
Zavala,
Oh, that's the airship hangar lady from the first game. She's also the dynamite gal from Wreck-It Ralph. Don't worry, I recognize you. I see you there. You can't hide from me. You dynamite gal. Also very good at flying spaceships, though. That's a plus. It's one of the first things I look for in a significant other. Okay, kind. Doesn't murder. Can fly a spaceship well. And murders baddies. Top 4 things. Well, and then also, of course, the love for anime. That's kind of, it's not even an optional thing. Yeah. Right in the arm. That's where we're gonna kick him, right? Right where it's gonna hurt real bad. So speaking of loading times, how are you guys doing? But in reality, this game's load times aren't bad at all. Like, partially because this is a Let's Play, like I'm taking more note of them, but like as a gamer, I have nothing to complain about in that regard, because they're loading up quite a bit of stuff. Technology is amazing. It's almost like it's a next-gen system, even though it's not, since it's not a PS4 Pro. But also, not only are they loading, like, is the game being loaded on my PS4, I think the data is also, like, being uploaded from the internet, but I'm not sure how that all works. Like I said in the Luca Let's Play, I'm not super knowledgeable about game development. Okay, so we're going to take down the shield generator. Very convenient, oddly convenient that they had a schematic of the entire ship just sitting right there. Again, not gonna complain though. I'll suspend my disbelief and just blow up a ship. Or blow up the shields of the ship. Hello there, fellas. Oh, can I help? I'm always really interested in just helping out around the house. I've been feeling like I haven't been pulling my weight lately. Can I help? Oh, hey guys. Oh, why are you firing at me? I didn't do anything wrong. I was just trying to help. Ooh. I like that when I blow those guys up with their flame tanks, they also damage the enemies around them. A convenient way to use my environment for an AoE attack. Destiny really is, the more that you think about it, it's an MMO. Gotta love it for that. Though, as someone who loves MMOs hugely for the exploration aspect, gotta say, you're not helping my want for exploration, Destiny. Though I mean, like, you haven't exactly not satisfied that, because even when Destiny didn't give us patrol missions, they still had fabuloso, like, new areas to explore in each of the strikes, and, well, the strikes, to explain, are basically mini-raids. They're, like, a raid in Destiny has, like, the multiple phases and stuff that a normal MMO raid would have, like the multiple general areas and, like, the mini-bosses and everything like that. And then a strike is, like, a small dungeon from an MMO, where it has kind of one main boss and not that many mini-bosses, or if there are mini-bosses, they're not particularly difficult. Maybe, like, a single, like, puzzle to it or theme to it or whatever like that, but not a huge amount compared to raids in Destiny or in any normal MMO. Am I going the right way? Okay, I'm going the right way. But like when each of those were introduced and when the story missions were introduced and stuff, they also gave you a cool amount to explore, like underground and stuff like that. Gotta say, in Destiny 1, my favorite areas to explore were almost definitely the Earth Patrol, like just that entire above ground area on Earth. the areas of Mars, the different, like, because Mars had a bunch of skyscrapers and stuff on it. It was really cool to just run through the skyscrapers and blow through enemies and stuff when you, like, when you were way out of their league. But, and then definitely the moon underground. That was death? No, it wasn't. Okay. That fall was not gonna murder me, but whatever. But yeah, and then the moon underground, because underground on the moon, there was just this giant expanse of, like, gray and beauty, and I loved it so much. I kind of regret falling off the Destiny train. I've never been very good at sticking with MMOs. That's probably the one I've stuck with for the longest in my life. And then there were a few others when I was younger, and then like the browser ones, like Adventure Quest Worlds and stuff like that, which I will always recommend to everyone looking to waste some time with some friends and stuff. Because it is not bad. Unlike this fella. Did he have a solar... Don't blow me away. That does not sound fun. Wait, do I lose all of my heavy ammo when I switch? Okay, I don't. I do want to blow through this guy though. Adventure Quest Worlds is very good for anyone just looking to have some fun with... Probably with friends. It's much more fun when you're playing with others. But, wow, that did not actually do as much damage as I had been hoping. Oh crap. Forgot that the game doesn't pause when I pause. Didn't go well. It's like a 2.5D, it's not your classic, like, World of Warcraft style, though, like, it's kind of hard to explain. It does, like, the people who make it, Artix Entertainment, like, they're a great group. Like, they have great hearts, they're great writing, great comedy, and they're just a bunch of good people making, like, good games and doing what they love to do. That's part of the great thing about them. Like, that is, now that I think about it, that is probably one of the best parts of Adventure Quest. The, like, the unique writing and the, like, just the love that they put into it. Because, like, they build this world in a way that's normal MMOs don't really, like, they put their personal touch on it. And, like, you can find a lot of the members of the community, and they each, or not the community, like the dev team, and, like, they each have kind of their own special flair. Like, there's this one guy whose name was Dage, like, that was his online name, I think it was Dage, and he was originally just a member of the community doing a bunch of fan art and stuff, and then Artix Entertainment was just like, dude, your art is, like, better than ours. Can you make it for us? We'll pay ya. Or at least I think they pay him. And now he's, like, a really well-known artist and, like, member of the community and dev team for that game. And just the fact that stuff like that can happen for them, like, who knows what they want more than the gamers, like, who knows what they want from a game and what they want to make in a game more than the gamers themselves. Even though, like I said in Luca, a lot of the times we don't know what we want, but still. How long have I been going? Almost a half an hour. This is going to be a large episode. A very large episode indeed. But I'll just probably post this entire mission as a thing. Can I skip through some of these baddies? I feel like I maybe don't need to be fighting them all. Wow. I could just go past all of them. Hey, dude. And I say, hey, hey, I've got a fist. It's in your face. This is honestly, we'll just, I was kind of disappointed when I saw how little they had changed between the games. It was kind of like a Xenoverse, like Dragon Ball Xenoverse to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 type of change, where I expected them to change more, but what they have changed is for the best. Like, I gotta give them that. Not giving them that recognition would be wrong. Because it is, they've made some good progress. And it's just not quite as much as I wanted. Though I guess it is just the beta and I've hardly played any of it, so I can't harshly judge them. That'd be wrong of me. Just, though, a lot of this stuff I'm saying, I am, like, it is partially just because I'm looking for things to say, and, like, I'm just enjoying expressing my current opinion on the game. I think this might be the final part.
Alright, destroy the turbine.
Okay.
Shields should fizzle.
That happened. Gosh dang architects. Because apparently I was killed by the architects. Those guys, I swear. They should have designed the building better. Those gosh dang architects. They needed to make a more solid foundation.
Yes, just like that.
Thank you, game. I'm happy that I did it right. Because you said yes just like that. I'm assuming that means I'm doing it right. I'm just blowing up the fans. Not as fun as shooting baddies. But I still get the satisfying damage numbers, so that's a plus.
It's working.
That is something that was always cool about Destiny, like, they know, a lot of the times they do know what the players want. Like, except, there was a meme that came from Destiny 1, towards the beginning, and throughout most of Destiny's life. You might have heard of the Cryptarch, Master Rahul, and it was basically where enemies had a chance to drop what were called, what were they called? Not holograms, engrams, that's what it was. And, like, you could get a leg armor engram, a chest armor engram, a primary weapon engram, whatever like that. And then you'd bring it to the Cryptarch, and if it were a common engram, then you'd have a chance of getting either a common or an uncommon whatever from it. If it were uncommon, you'd have a small chance to get rare, you'd have a small chance to get common, and like your main chance would be to get uncommon, and so on and so forth. But that was not fun for people when you would bring him a legendary engram and get a rare weapon. Because I think that was, I'm pretty sure that was a thing that could happen. No thank you, I don't want to skip. Do want to pay attention to the cutscene though. It's nice and pretty. But what if we want to? Why would you say that we don't come back from this?
Welcome to a world without light.
That's what you sound like. Jerk. I don't know what's your problem. Did you just remove my soul from my body? It's not fun. So the Traveler, if you don't know from Destiny 1, is like, it's that giant moon planet thing that's floating over there, and it's basically the source of all of our powers, and like, that little robot that flies by me is a ghost, and it's basically the child of the Traveler. Because the Traveler does have some sort of sentience, I think, though I don't know a lot about that. I think I'm pretty brave, though, dude.
Allow me to reacquaint you. Your kind never deserve the power you were given. I am Null, and your light is mine.
Okay, I gotta give it to him. That was an awesome scene. Like, that guy, his voice's editing, and like just the voice actor in general, like, it really fits him. It gives it a good, intimidating feel. It's like, and your light is mine. And I like that a lot. Was that the end of the mission? Ooh, welcome to the Destiny 2 beta. Don't I wish that I could play more, but I don't have PlayStation Plus. Bye. Bye, Destiny. Thank you for turning off another player. But I might come back and actually do these, like, these missions that I'm not able to right now, late August. Because that's when the PC beta starts, and you don't need any, like, paid online subscription for that. And it really disappoints me how much they're forcing, like, PlayStation Plus and Xbox Gold and stuff, but thanks a lot for watching. I've had a blast. I really have enjoyed this a lot. Like, it's good to get back into Destiny and, like, feel, feel it again, and remind myself of days gone by. But I don't know. I said this before to my brother, I have said this, but unless something drastic happens, or they reveal something that really interests me, I don't think I would get this game over another. Like, maybe even Sonic Forces I want more than this game, just because I'm really curious to see what they do with that whole original character thing. And also I love the Sonic Adventure games for GameCube and Dreamcast. So, that's pretty irrelevant though for now. Thanks a lot for sticking with me for 35 minutes. Yep. Not a long episode. What are you talking about? I'm on time. I'm not going over the time limit. You're drunk. Go drunk, you're home. But, thanks again a lot for watching, especially since, Chris isn't here. I'm sure I'm much more of a drag without him, but I hope the face cam kind of, adds a little bit more and, lets you feel a little bit more connected to the experience and, I know I'm not a super expressive guy a lot of the time when I'm playing video games, and, it's kind of hard to be expressive when you're not super familiar with using a face cam or just, making your expressions for a camera. It's different when Chris is here and I, have him to sort of ground it for me and make it feel more real, but when it's just talking into a camera, and, I have grown more comfortable since Golden Guild Gaming began. But yeah, that is just something that I'll have to get used to in the future. For this amount of time where Chris has been gone, I've been enjoying trying out Facecam. Need to get better at making good use of it though. But bye. I babbled a lot.